Fighting under the candlelight. Welcome to Cambrian Hall. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first, Saul Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And he'll be facing Terence "Bud" Crawford, weighing in at 140 pounds. He's 5'7" tall with a reach of 74 inches.
There is no joke about this.
Saul Terence "Bud" Crawford, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, fighting out of Nebraska, USA, one of the greatest of all time.
Oh, pure bad blood.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr. Expectations are sky high. The build up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. How about that time counter shot? That counter punch caught him clean. They miss with the jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The jab doesn't quite connect. They got out of the way of that right hook. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Nobody home with that hook. Beautiful counter punch. And that hook misses. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knock. And there's the bell for round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on the end. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter shot. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. They both want the knockout. Punch, counter punch. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. one lands. Well done with that counter shot. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage. On to the third. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter lands. He misses with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter shot. They are giving us a high-tempo show. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
And he scores with the counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. There's a counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't.
Here we go to the fourth round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. His stamina is off the charts. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Catch and shoot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez Alvarez in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and I call him it.
There's the bell to start round 5. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Nice counter. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Good counter punching. And he blocks the left uppercut. His stamina is off the charts. That counter shot lands. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
I need to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Here we go in the 6th round. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Nice counter shot. Missing with the hook. Incredible work rate. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot of...
And there's the bell for round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, The ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Nice counter punch. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Couldn't land that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Straight right just misses. That jab misses. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alvarez in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship.
And there's the bell for round 8. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But
oh my goodness, Johnny! Crawford's legs are all over the place. How did they not go down?
got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Good counter punch. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Tar, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing. Hold it right there. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And that's it.